I'm Emma, and I'm so happy you're here today.
And I'm Jamie. Hi, Emma, and hello to all our wonderful listeners. I'm really looking forward to this episode because it's something every English learner needs to hear at least once.
Exactly. Today, we're talking about something that can completely change the way you feel about learning. Your English journey is unique. Don't compare yourself to others.
Such an important reminder. So many learners feel pressure. They see someone speaking fluently on social media or a friend learning faster, and they start thinking, why am I not like that?
Yes, I've seen it too. That comparison can steal your joy and confidence. But today, we're going to help you let go of that feeling and truly trust your own journey. Part 1. Accept your own pace.
Let's start here. Your pace is perfect for you. Imagine you're walking a trail in the mountains. Some people walk fast, some slow, some stop to take photos. Everyone reaches the top eventually, just at their own speed.
Beautiful image, Jamie. And it's so true. Learning English is exactly like that. It's not a race. Some days you'll learn a lot, other days maybe just a few words. Both are progress.
Yes, if you accept your pace, you take away so much stress. Learning becomes fun again, something you enjoy instead of something you chase.
Right, because this isn't about being fast, it's about being consistent. Step by step, you're building something strong. Part 2. Why do we compare so much?
But Jamie, why do we compare so much?
I think it's human nature. We see others doing well and we start asking, am I doing enough? It's normal, but not helpful.
Exactly. It's like looking at a photo of a finished cake and forgetting that the baker spent hours mixing, measuring, and cleaning up. You see the result, not the process.
Yes, and sometimes the person you're comparing yourself to has a completely different background. Maybe they lived abroad. Maybe they've been learning for 10 years. Maybe their job uses English every day.
So comparing your start to someone else's middle is just not fair. Everyone's story is different.
Part 3. The danger of comparison.
When you compare yourself too much, you can start to feel like you're not improving, even when you are. It makes you focus on what's missing instead of what you've achieved.
Exactly. You've stopped noticing your wins, like understanding a podcast, writing a comment in English, or speaking with a friend online. Those are all big wins.
Yes, and sometimes people even stop trying because they feel behind. But the truth is, you can't be behind on your own path.
So true. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Part 4. Find what works for you.
Now, let's talk about learning styles, because part of trusting your journey is discovering what works best for you.
Exactly. Some people love reading books. Others prefer watching English movies or listening to podcasts while walking. There's no single best method, just the one that fits you.
Yes, maybe you learn best by writing things down, or by speaking with friends online, or even by singing along to songs. Whatever keeps you engaged is the right way for you.
Right, because it's like food. Some people love spicy, others prefer sweet. What matters is that you enjoy it. Learning should feel good, not forced.
Part 5. Focus on progress, not perfection.
Now here's something powerful. Focus on progress, not perfection.
Yes, perfection means trying to sound like a native speaker right away, but progress means celebrating every little step.
Exactly. Think about climbing a mountain. Perfection wants to reach the top instantly. Progress says, look, I made it one step higher today.
Even learning one new phrase, understanding one new joke, or having one short English conversation, that's progress. That's victory.
And small steps done every day add up to huge change. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving.
Part 6. Set realistic goals.
Next, set realistic and personal goals. If your goal is speak perfect English in 1 month, you're setting yourself up for frustration.
Yes, but if your goal is learn 10 new words this week or watch one English movie this month, that's achievable. Small goals bring big results.
And when you achieve them, you feel proud. That confidence pushes you forward. Each small goal is like another brick in the foundation of your fluency.
Part 7. Celebrate your wins.
This is my favorite part. Celebrate your small wins.
Same here. Every time you understand a new word, finish a podcast, or speak up in class, pause for a second and say, yes, I did that.
Yes, learning English is not just about study, it's about moments of joy. Treat yourself kindly, even for small victories. It keeps your motivation alive.
And honestly, those small celebrations make learning feel lighter, happier, and more personal.
Part 8. Turn comparison into inspiration.
Now, this part is really helpful. What if you do compare yourself sometimes?
Ah, yes. Turn comparison into inspiration. Instead of thinking, they're so much better than me, try, that's amazing. What can I learn from them?
Exactly. Let their success show you what's possible. Maybe they read books in English. You can start with short articles. Maybe they practice speaking daily. You can do 5 minutes a day.
Yes. Don't let comparison steal your joy. Let it guide your growth.
Part 9. Final thoughts. Trust your journey.
To everyone listening, please remember this. Your English journey is your own. Nobody else has your exact story, your exact goals, or your exact way of learning.
Yes, you are walking your path, step by step. Don't rush. Don't compare. Every small effort matters, even the days that feel slow.
Be patient. Be kind to yourself. You are doing better than you think.
And remember, English isn't just a skill, it's a journey of growth. You're building confidence, not just vocabulary.
So keep learning, keep smiling, and keep believing in your progress. You're not behind. You are becoming.
Beautifully said, Emma.
Thank you, Jamie. And to all our amazing listeners, thank you for spending time with us today on English Pro Space.
We'd love to hear from you. What's one small win you celebrated this week in your English journey? Tell us in the comments or message us online.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe to English Pro Space. Your support helps us keep creating free lessons and conversations for learners everywhere.
Keep learning, keep trusting your journey.
And we'll see you next time, right here on English Pro Space.